Thank you for your time. Each subscription is a sign of support that I truly appreciate.
Dawn breaks over Virginia wilderness. 70,000 men sleep beneath canvas, unaware this day shatters everything they know. One flank march, one surprise attack, one general's final gambit transforms May 2nd, 1863 into legend. History pivots here. General Oliver Howard commands Union 11th Corps, believing his position secure. His right flank dangles unprotected through dense forest. Warnings dismissed, confidence absolute. Within 12 hours, his reputation crumbles alongside his shattered division. One man's arrogance births catastrophe. Stand where it happened. Dense Virginia thicket surrounds you. Impenetrable green walls hiding secrets. Men cook coffee, write letters home, suspect nothing. Behind those trees, 14,000 Confederate soldiers advance silently. Invisible death approaches. You cannot see them. Neither could Howard's army. Robert E. Lee faces impossible mathematics. Joseph Hooker commands twice his strength. Conventional warfare guarantees defeat. Lee needs brilliance, audacity, danger incarnate. He finds everything in Stonewall Jackson. Together, they'll gamble the entire army on one plan. Victory or annihilation awaits. No middle ground exists. Jackson studies orders at dawn. March 12 miles through enemy territory. Stay hidden. Strike exposed flank. Pure madness. Discovery means annihilation. His entire corps devoured piecemeal. Yet Jackson perceives what others miss. Faith drives him forward. Duty compels obedience. He mounts, rides toward destiny. Young Thomas Jackson, orphan child in Western Virginia mountains, learning survival through loss. Awkward, intense, spiritually obsessed. Students at VMI whispered about his strangeness. Officers questioned his sanity. Yet Lee trusts him absolutely, calls him my right arm. Today reveals why faith matters. The column assembles before sunrise. 14,000 infantry, artillery limbers, supply wagons. Everything must move quickly, silently, invisibly through wilderness. Discovery brings disaster. Jackson rides forward clutching his Bible, praying continuously. His men follow wordlessly, trusting completely. Faith becomes their shield against fear and exhaustion. Charles Welford owns Catherine Furnace, knows every trail and creek crossing intimately. This local civilian guides Jackson personally through tangled forest paths Union scouts never discovered. Without Welford's knowledge, the march fails completely. Providence works through ordinary men. History turns on such small choices. You're marching in that Confederate column, dust choking your throat, sun climbing mercilessly higher. No water breaks, no talking permitted. Officers enforce silence ruthlessly. What if Union cavalry discovers us strung vulnerable for miles? Trust your general. Keep marching forward. Everything depends on remaining unseen. Union observers spot movement near Catherine Furnace, wagons visible through trees. Reports reach Hooker's. Headquarters rapidly. Is Lee retreating, reinforcing distant positions, attacking elsewhere? Intelligence remains maddeningly unclear. Hooker hesitates fatally. In warfare, hesitation breeds catastrophe. He assumes Lee withdraws. Fatal mistake made. General Daniel Sickles sees opportunity beckoning. Attack those wagons, sever Lee's column completely. He advances aggressively, exactly matching Hooker's desires. But Sickles strikes wrong targets. Jackson's rear guard, not his main force. The real danger marches westward unseen, unhindered, unstoppable. Jackson's thoughts race. Lord, guide this march, protect these faithful men. Grant us complete surprise against Howard's unsuspecting corps ahead. My soldiers suffer exhaustion, thirst, hunger, yet they trust me absolutely. I will not fail them. Righteousness sustains our cause. Victory awaits the faithful. Private William Smith marches stoically forward. Yesterday, he wrote his wife back in Ohio. Letter unsealed, hopeful, ordinary. Today he carries it, wondering if he'll survive sunset. Few soldiers possess certainty about tomorrow, yet Smith marches steadily, rifle balanced on shoulder. Fear and duty war internally. Duty prevails. The column snakes through afternoon shadows, 12 brutal miles in scorching heat. Men stumble, tongues swollen with thirst. Comrades collapse by the roadside. Officers push them onward mercilessly. No mercy, no rest. The enemy waits ahead, unknowing. Each step brings them closer to Howard's exposed flank. Victory demands sacrifice. Hours pass. Sweat stings eyes. Feet bleed inside boots. Soldiers clutch rifles tighter, scanning the forest for Union patrols. Any moment could bring disaster. Cavalry charging, artillery firing, ambush erupting. Their vulnerability terrifies them. Yet mile after mile passes in eerie silence. The forest conceals them completely. Robert Rhodes leads Jackson's forward division. Hard North Carolinian veteran Jackson trusts completely. Rhodes understands the mission perfectly. Deploy silently, attack suddenly, show zero mercy. His soldiers are battle-hardened veterans who've witnessed every horror warfare offers. They know their deadly business. They'll finish it efficiently. Howard's 11th Corps relaxes carelessly. German immigrants mostly, good soldiers poorly led, worse positioned. They cook dinner leisurely, play cards, write letters home. Some officers worry about exposed flank vulnerability. Howard dismisses them contemptuously. No enemy could penetrate that wilderness. His confidence births their doom completely. Captain Hubert Dilger commands Howard's artillery, born Germany, trained European warfare traditions. He perceives danger clearly. General, our flank lies completely exposed. We need reconnaissance patrols. We need fortifications immediately. Howard refuses repeatedly. Dilger persists stubbornly. Howard grows angry. Subordinates learn silence. Later, Dilger saves what Howard destroys. Late afternoon sun slants through dense trees. Jackson's column reaches Orange Plank Road, perfect positioning achieved. They're directly behind Howard's entire unsuspecting corps. Surprise remains complete. Jackson surveys the battlefield carefully. Union soldiers visible through forest, completely unaware. He begins deploying divisions silently. Absolute silence maintained. Witness military genius unfolding. 14,000 men positioning themselves silently through dense forest. Rhodes deploys forward. Colston masses behind. Hill remains in reserve. 3 miles of battle line forming invisibly. Union pickets hear nothing whatsoever. See nothing approaching. The trap sets perfectly. Now timing becomes absolutely critical. Jackson checks his pocket watch repeatedly. Too early means daylight for Union counterattacks. Too late means darkness stops pursuit. He chooses 5:15 precisely. Perfect timing achieved. Maximum surprise guaranteed. Maximum daylight remaining. His officers synchronize watches carefully. Soldiers fix bayonets quietly. The forest holds its breath. History waits. Those final peaceful moments, Union soldiers laughing carelessly, relaxed completely, trusting their generals absolutely. Confederate soldiers tense, afraid, determined. 2 massive armies separated by mere yards of forest. One side knows what's approaching. The other suspects absolutely nothing. War's cruelty begins with such imbalance. Private James Wilson cooks salt pork over crackling fire, 11th Corps soldier under Howard's command. He's thinking about his Ohio farm, spring planting season beginning. His wife managing alone, struggling. Next month he'll request furlough home. Tomorrow seems absolutely certain. Minutes remain before hell erupts. He doesn't know. 5:15 arrives. Jackson nods once. Bugles shatter peaceful silence brutally. 14,000 men surge forward, screaming terrifyingly. The rebel yell echoes through forest. Inhuman, terrifying, unstoppable. Union pickets fire wild shots, then flee desperately. The avalanche begins catastrophically. Nothing stops it now. Howard's flank disintegrates instantly. Complete chaos erupts. Union soldiers cooking dinner, suddenly facing Confederate bayonets inches away. Camps overrun within seconds. Men running, screaming, dying everywhere. Equipment abandoned completely. Artillery captured before crews fire once. Howard's entire corps collapses like falling dominoes. Surprise proves total. Destruction becomes catastrophic. Minutes decide everything. Feel their absolute terror. You're relaxing peacefully. Then suddenly enemies materialize everywhere around you. No time forming defensive lines. No time loading rifles properly. Officers shout contradictory orders desperately. Which direction to flee? Where are comrades? Who commands now? Panic spreads faster than bullets fly. Soldiers become terrified fugitives. Captain Dilger proves exceptional. His artillery battery stands firm while everything collapses around him. He fires canister loads into Confederate ranks, slowing their advance momentarily, buys precious minutes for retreat. His guns fire, limber up, reposition, fire again. Prussian discipline confronts Southern fury. He loses half his battery, saving thousands. Confederate soldiers experience pure euphoria. The enemy runs. Victory tastes sweet after years of sacrifice and hardship. They chase fleeing Union troops through darkening forest wildly. Discipline evaporates. Units intermingle chaotically. Officers lose control. Regiments fragment. Companies separate. Success intoxicates them. Pursuit becomes mob violence rather than military operation. But Union lines eventually stabilize defensively. Reserve divisions arrive reinforcing positions. Artillery blocks Confederate advance effectively. Darkness helps defenders more than attackers. Confederate momentum finally stalls completely. Jackson needs more. Darkness won't stop him now. He rides forward personally, scouting. Dangerous, necessary, typical Jackson. Howard rides desperately trying rallying his fleeing troops. His reputation disintegrates with his corps simultaneously. Men won't stop running, won't listen to orders, won't reform lines. They've witnessed hell unleashed. Terror overwhelms training completely. Howard's career effectively ends this evening. Dismissed warnings, fatal complacency. Catastrophe follows. Jackson's racing thoughts. We've surprised them completely. We've routed them successfully. But night stops effective pursuit now. Tomorrow, they'll recover strength. I must find their weak point. Must strike again tonight. Darkness doesn't matter ultimately. The Lord guides righteous action. I'll scout personally. 9 o'clock arrives. Full darkness envelops everything. Jackson rides beyond Confederate lines with staff officers. Dangerous, foolish, necessary. He must observe Union positions personally, plan tomorrow's attack tonight. His generals warned him repeatedly. Jackson ignores warnings characteristically. Mission outweighs personal risk. He rides into darkness. Sense mounting dread, forest at night, friend and foe invisible. Trigger fingers nervous everywhere. Everyone scared badly. Jackson's party rides slowly forward, listening carefully, observing. Union voices carry through darkness, positions revealed by flickering campfires. Jackson gathers crucial intelligence, prepares his next devastating blow, then decides, returning. 18th North Carolina Infantry holds the defensive line. Nervous young soldiers, darkness absolute, enemies everywhere. Officers warned of Union cavalry attacks. Shoot anything approaching from darkness. A group of riders approaches from Union lines. Friend or foe, nobody knows. Someone fires nervously, others follow instantly. Volley erupts. Jackson falls hard. 3 bullets strike him simultaneously. Left arm shattered completely, right hand wounded badly. Staff officers scream desperately, "Cease fire! You're shooting your own men!" Jackson slides from his saddle, caught by aides. Blood soaks his uniform darkly. The perfect day ends in perfect tragedy. Captain James Power Smith cradles Jackson's bleeding head tenderly. His general, his hero, bleeding into Virginia soil. "General, are you badly hurt?" Jackson responds calmly, characteristically. "I think my arm is broken." No panic expressed, no complaint uttered. Even wounded mortally, Jackson maintains composure. They carry him toward field hospital. The war's finest tactician, struck down by his own soldiers. The Confederacy's best hope, bleeding to death. Does God mock Jackson's deep faith? Or test it severely? Stretcher bearers stumble through dark forest. Every jolt brings excruciating agony. Jackson never cries out once. Faith sustains him even now. Dr. Hunter McGuire examines Jackson's wounds carefully. The left arm must be amputated immediately. Jackson agrees without hesitation. "Yes, certainly, if you think it best." No self-pity displayed, no dramatics shown. Chloroform administered, saw bites bone. The arm that won battles falls away forever. Jackson survives surgery. Complications await ominously. Lee receives news at dawn. Jackson wounded critically. Arm amputated. Prognosis uncertain. Lee writes Jackson immediately, "You are better off than I am, for while you have lost your left arm, I have lost my right arm." The partnership that won victories is severed permanently. History pivots again. Jackson bought brilliant victory with his own blood. The flank attack succeeded spectacularly. Howard's corps destroyed completely. Union Army reeling badly. But the price? The Confederacy's irreplaceable commander crippled mortally. Lee must finish the battle without his genius. Can anyone replace Jackson? Nobody believes so. The battle continues 3 more bloody days. Lee attacks Hooker repeatedly without Jackson's tactical brilliance. Hooker, demoralized completely, defends passively. Without Jackson, Confederate assaults become merely costly. Victory comes, but narrowly achieved. Hooker retreats across Rappahannock River. Lee wins tactically. Strategically, Jackson's loss makes victory hollow. Jackson lies in bed at Guinea Station. Pneumonia develops rapidly. Infection spreads systemically. His wife Mary arrives with their infant daughter urgently. Jackson never met his child before now. Now, he barely recognizes her through fever. Pneumonia consumes him relentlessly. Doctors try everything available. Nothing works. The end approaches. May 10th arrives, 8 days after his greatest victory. Jackson's breathing labors terribly. Mary holds his hand tightly. He speaks deliriously of battles, orders, troop movements. Then sudden clarity. "Let us cross over the river and rest under the shade of the trees." His final words. 3:15. Stonewall Jackson dies. The Confederacy's collective grief. Newspapers edged in black. Women weeping openly. Soldiers stunned. Silent. Lee loses more than a subordinate general. The South loses its military genius permanently. Lincoln, hearing the news, understands immediately. Stonewall Jackson was worth 40,000 men to the rebels. The balance shifts. Private William Smith survived the flank attack somehow. Remember him cooking salt pork when hell erupted? He fled terrified, ashamed deeply. Survived to fight other battles. Never forgot that evening. Never understood how 14,000 men appeared from nowhere. War brands some memories permanently into flesh and mind. Smith carried Chancellorsville to his grave. Captain Dilger's heroism earned him promotion and medals. Yet nightmares plagued him forever afterward. The screaming haunts him. The chaos replays nightly. The helplessness overwhelms. Medals don't erase such memories. Bravery doesn't prevent trauma. He survived the war physically. The war never released him mentally. Some battles never end. General Howard never escaped Chancellorsville's shadow. Later, commands followed. Gettysburg, Sherman's march. But whispers pursued him everywhere. Career advancement stopped. Reputation permanently damaged. History judges commanders harshly when they fail spectacularly. Howard accomplished much afterward, yet one disaster defined his entire legacy forever. Charles Welford, the guide who led Jackson's march, disappeared from history completely. Local farmer who knew the land intimately. His choice enabled the flank attack. Did he understand the consequences? Did remorse follow later? History forgets the small players, but without Welford, everything changes. Sometimes guides matter most. The numbers tell part of the story. 14,000 Confederates marched 12 miles undetected. 17,000 Union soldiers routed within 2 hours. 1,100 casualties in the initial assault. 3,000 by sunset. But statistics miss the human cost. Families destroyed, futures erased, potential extinguished. Jackson's genius lost. The Confederacy's hope diminished. The 18th North Carolina, who fired the fatal volley, never recovered psychologically. Guilt consumed them completely. They killed their own hero. Letters home stopped mentioning the battle. Veterans refused discussing it ever. Some deserted afterward. Others fought recklessly, seeking death. Friendly fire leaves, scars, bullets cannot match. Chancellorsville remains paradox. Lee's masterpiece and greatest tragedy combined. The flank march succeeded brilliantly, military genius at its finest. But Jackson's loss proved catastrophic. Some victories cost more than defeat. Lee gained tactical triumph, but lost strategic hope. The Confederacy celebrated while bleeding its future. The woods remember both glory and grief. Walk those woods today, peaceful now, trees grown tall. Markers show where lines stood, where Howard's corps collapsed, where Jackson fell. The forest remembers nothing. Visitors feel everything. Memory haunts battlefields more than ghosts. History echoes through silent trees forever. Listen carefully. You'll hear them marching still. Lee fought 2 more years without Jackson, won battles but never duplicated Chancellorsville's brilliance. Gettysburg came next. Lee needed Jackson's tactical genius desperately there. His absence showed catastrophically. The Confederacy never found another Stonewall. Some men prove irreplaceable. History confirms this repeatedly. Losses compound, victories diminish. Jackson's funeral train crawls through Virginia. Thousands line railroad tracks solemnly. Men remove hats respectfully. Women weep openly. Soldiers salute sharply. The South mourns collectively. Not just a general, a symbol, faith rewarded, duty honored, victory earned, then taken away. The funeral procession becomes metaphor for Confederate hopes. Mary Jackson never remarried. She spent 60 years widowed, guarding her husband's legacy fiercely, wrote memoir, preserved letters carefully, corrected histories. Her life became monument to his memory. She had one day with him, then decades alone. Love doesn't measure time conventionally. Devotion transcends death. Memory sustains. McGuire amputated Jackson's arm, then watched him die from pneumonia 8 days later. The surgery succeeded perfectly. Infection came from lung complications, not the wound. McGuire's career flourished afterward, yet guilt haunted him. Could different treatment have saved Jackson? The question tormented him. Some doubts never resolve. The amputated arm received separate burial. Unmarked grave initially, later monument erected. Tourists visit today. Jackson is buried in Lexington. His arm rests miles away in Chancellorsville. Death literally divided him. Symbolism too obvious to ignore. The Confederacy's strength separated from its body. Metaphor made flesh. Military academies still teach this battle. Cadets study Jackson's flank march as textbook brilliance, surprise, timing, execution. Then they learn the cautionary ending. Don't scout personally. Don't risk yourself unnecessarily. Leaders must survive. Jackson's tactical genius paired with fatal hubris. Both lessons matter, success and failure intertwined. Local legend claims Jackson's ghost rides those woods nightly, sightings reported regularly. Probably imagination, but soldiers who fought there reported something unexplainable. The forest feels different. History soaks ground like blood. Some places remember violence eternally. Chancellorsville never forgot. Neither should we, never. Hooker survived professionally. Later commands followed. But Lincoln lost faith completely. Fighting Joe proved better at talking than fighting. Chancellorsville exposed him publicly. Superior numbers meant nothing without superior will. Jackson proved audacity beats strength. War rewards the bold relentlessly. Rhodes, who led Jackson's assault, continued fighting bravely. Never achieved Jackson's fame. Died at Winchester, 1864. Another Confederate general lost. The South bled commanders steadily. Jackson's death began the hemorrhaging. Each loss weakened Lee more. Numbers eventually overwhelmed skill. Attrition defeated audacity ultimately. What if Jackson survived? Would Gettysburg have ended differently? Would Lee have won? Would slavery have endured longer? History forbids speculation ultimately. But Jackson's absence mattered enormously. A single bullet changed everything. Individual actions ripple through time eternally. The course of nations turns on moments. May 2nd, 1863. Catastrophe and triumph collide. Jackson achieved his finest victory and paid with his life. Lee won the battle but lost his right arm. The Confederacy celebrated while mourning simultaneously. War extracts payment for every victory. Nothing comes without cost. Stand in those woods today. Close your eyes. Hear the bugles. Feel the shock. Smell the gunpowder. History happened here. Real men fought. Real blood soaked this ground. Jackson crossed the river. We remain behind, remembering. The forest keeps its secrets. We keep the memory.